The first episode of Chris and Two-Face.
This sucks.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay, but in case you're wondering, I'm just gonna get it out of the way now. Yes, I have an eye patch on. Yes, I had a procedure today. I'm probably bleeding bloody tears. That's what they said would happen.
Oh, God. Don't even talk about that.
Yeah, it's horrible, but I'm okay. I promise.
Can you peel back the bandage so we can see all the gross?
No.
Come on, just...
You know what I did? The doctor was like, you're probably gonna have bloody tears for like a couple hours. And I was like, man, it's too bad it's not Halloween. She thought it was funny.
I'm really glad you have sunglasses on because that was very embarrassing.
You can still see that I have a patch. Why couldn't they make it like the size of my eye? You have so much stuff in here that is just falling off the table.
All right, anyway, we're going to talk about the Powerpuff Girls NFTs.
Yes, and I'm going to do a magic trick. I am going to talk about all of this, all of the Powerpuff Girls NFTs, with just one eye. I winked, but you wouldn't know.
So the Powerpuff Girls are coming out in NFTs.
Yay!
How exciting is that?
It's actually very exciting. I, for one, am very excited for this drop. I enjoyed the Powerpuff Girls as a kid. It was definitely not my number one. I was more of a Nickelodeon and Disney gal.
You were never a gal.
Yes,
Thank
I was.
you very much.
I was
no,
a gal.
You're not a gal.
I was a gal. I'm not anymore. You didn't know me when I was a gal, but I was a gal.
What the f happened to you then? Why are you not a gal anymore?
I don't know. It just happened one day, Chris. I woke up and I was no longer a gal.
Ever since the patch, I was no longer a gal.
There you go.
You're Winky One Eye.
Okay.
That's your nickname, Winky One Eye. I like that name.
Don't even...
We're gonna start calling you Winky One Eye.
No.
That's your billing name.
No, it's not.
So
okay.
what's going on with the drop again? I don't know anything about Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, first of all...
It came on when I turned 30. I don't know anything about this.
Just because you're a dinosaur doesn't mean that you shouldn't know the Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls was a great show. There were villains in like every episode. It was amazing.
You had Powerpuff Girls. I had Spider-Man, the animated series, on Fox Kids. That was fucking dope.
Why were you watching Fox Kids when you weren't a kid? Because you're like 80.
I was a kid when it came on.
I disagree. Hold on. We gotta find out more about this drop because I don't even know when it's coming out.
Comes out November the 14th.
I don't think it does.
How would you know? You can only see half. Right now you're just seeing 14.
You, first of all. Second of all, yes, you're right. Okay, so
of course I'm right because I do my homework, Heather.
I'm off. This drop comes out November 14th at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is their normal 2 p.m. Eastern time. There's 42,500 packs available, so 21,250 standard and the same thing for the premium, which is a pretty decent sized drop. But it's interesting. You never know how these drops are going to go, especially like such a, I don't even want to call it niche because a lot of people know who the Powerpuff Girls are, but it's one fandom. It's not like when they did the horror thing and they had like Nun and Pennywise, etc.
This is literally one of those sets for like a completionist because if you collect Powerpuff Girls, that means you're going to need all these pieces. Similar to Back to the Future, similar to Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Similar to the It figures.
Let's talk about the collectibles first. So the first thing I want to address are the Powerpuff Girls. I don't really care about the Powerpuff Girls.
People aren't super excited about them, but being a person who has never really gotten into Powerpuff Girls, and I don't really know much about Powerpuff Girls, I think this is awesome. At least they look like they're a band.
Like, I personally don't care. I really prefer the ones where they're on their flying stands. I like them when they're in that power pose, and I like that the stands look like they're little flying...
Yeah, they'll like lines or energy. Yeah, but a lot of people are in the same boat as you that are Powerpuff Girl fans. People are saying that they like everything but the Powerpuff Girls, and people are asking for Manly Muff Girls or something. There's like some other...
Yes!
They're like, why aren't they making the male characters of the Powerpuff Girls? Not being a fan, I had no idea what the hell that even meant.
First of all, I feel like that may be controversial because they're not all the same race.
Are they the Manly Muff?
They're the fake Powerpuff Girls.
I called them Manly Muff.
They're manly Powerpuff Girls. So
Manly Muff sounds very dirty.
the fake Powerpuff Girls are 3 escaped convicts. Basically...
The Rowdy Rough Boys.
The Rowdy Rough Boys? Is that
That's
what they're
their name,
called?
the Rowdy Rough Boys.
That's weird. Okay, so basically it's 3 escaped convicts and they end up asking the mayor of the town for money because they dress up in Powerpuff Girls costumes, and the mayor basically agrees. Like, they're just these bad guys who pretend to be the little girls. That's not them.
This is what people are asking for, the Rowdy Rough Boys.
I thought they were talking about these guys.
Oh, they're like, they're like in costume.
Yeah, they're like bad guys, and they go and do bad guys things while dressed up as the Powerpuff Girls.
So the Rowdy Rough Boys say, we're the Rowdy Rough Boys and we want to fight. There's only one evil thing that we care about, and that is destroying the Powerpuff Girls. And their names are Brick, Butch, and Boomer.
Oh, I don't quite remember them, but there's villains in every episode.
Butch was voiced by Roger L. Jackson, who is the voice of Mojo Jojo, but he's also the voice of the guy from Scream.
Yeah, he's good. He does the Ghostface on the phone. What's your favorite scary movie?
That's really cool.
There's actually a lot of people who voice characters on that show. You'd be surprised.
The Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah.
See, what I'm really concerned about is that this one looks like it's crossing its arms, but it looks like boobs.
Yeah, they do look like no, all of them look like they have boobs.
It's weird,
like
right? They're like crossing their little arms. Yeah, like sideways boobs.
Yeah,
that's what
weird.
confused me.
So those are interesting, but I have some other picks, but I'm not going to get into them yet. I want to talk about all of the Redeemables. Bubbles on the drums. We have Buttercup on, that looks like, that looks like a bass, and Blossom on a regular guitar. I don't know. I can't tell. Don't judge me if I got those backwards. But they're fun. I just don't think there's a need for them.
I honestly think they're awesome, and if you pulled them out of the box, they belong out of the box, and they belong like in like a little band formation
or on a little Powerpuff Girls stage.
Yeah.
Mojo Jojo. He looks like a younger Mojo Jojo with his brain out. So I don't know if you know much about the Powerpuff Girls at all.
No.
But basically, Mojo Jojo ended up, something failed, and it turned his skin green, and it made his brain huge, which gave him like genius level IQ.
I'm already liking this show. I never watched it.
Yeah, so Mojo Jojo is a really cool character. He's like one of the main villains.
And he's reading the quantum physics book.
Yeah, and he always calls himself Mojo Jojo.
Well, he's the Grail.
He's really cool looking. And then we have Professor Utonium. He ends up making the Powerpuff Girls. So in the beginning, like in the opening sequence, you see he's mixing together sugar, spice, and everything nice. And then the Powerpuff Girls are born.
What I find interesting is that there's two Mojo Jojos in this lineup, one being a Freddy Funko Mojo Jojo.
They're both so different that I can appreciate it. I really dig the Freddy Mojo Jojo. I
awesome.
love when it's a new mold, because they had to have a new mold for his big old brain hat. And then, of course, he has like Mojo Jojo body.
It's a great piece because he has the colors, the green color to him.
Yeah, he's super cool. And he has the Freddy crown still, but they kept it true to Mojo Jojo, which I love. They didn't just do like a purple crown on his head.
So a lot of people were complaining about Professor Utonium. Let me read you some of these comments. Well, I'll tell you why. It's not what you think it is. So these are all the comments I read. They're not all to do with Utonium. Here comes the angry NFT haters that are somehow obsessed with the Powerpuff Girls. Utonium should not be NFT locked. What a low blow.
That's someone who's upset because they want it in regular pop form, and they don't want NFT.
Man, Professor should have had a common pop a while ago.
Yep.
Freddy is so cool. Utonium should have been a common pop, and there are more characters that deserve to have a pop. They literally reused the molds and added an instrument slap in the head emoji. What the is this person talking about?
You can't reuse a mold and add something in. Just an FYI, number one. Number two, the original Powerpuff Girls that we've seen are flying. Like, these have different hand positions. They're not flying. Like, this is the...
Okay, the person doesn't know what they're doing.
If we don't move on, I'm gonna say something really mean.
The last one says, NFTs are trash. Was I on cue? Yeah, you were, but that's my I'm the one that says trash. And
not only that, but you can't use something that Chris says and talk shit about something that we're into. So you failed.
I think maybe they were making a joke.
Probably.
Am I saying it on time because everybody says they're trash? I mean, I think that's the angle.
Yeah, I don't even know if they're like talking about you specifically. But regardless, they can't use you against something that you like.
So for the drops, they offer standard packs and premium packs. Standard packs are $9.99. You get 5 cards inside. Premium packs are $29.99 and you get 15 cards. 21,250 available of both the standard and premium packs. So they're equal all the way down the middle.
I already said all of that.
What? When?
When you're editing, you're going to see me say that there were 21,250 of standards and premiums. And I also totaled it up to be 42,500 in total.
I'm honest to God not hearing you say that. It's probably because I turned 40.
Yeah.
I'm old as
So let's finish up talking about these redeemables. So we got the Powerpuff Girls. We talked about them.
Are you excited about this?
Yes.
Is this something you want to go for?
I love the Mojo Jojo. Can we finish talking about the cards?
I'm just asking if you like them. We've already talked about them.
Yes, I like them. But what would happen is I would only get the Powerpuff Girls if I got any redeemables, and I wouldn't get the ones that I want, which would be Professor Utonium and the Mojo Jojo Royalty. I don't care so much about the Mojo Jojo with the brain. Like, I have a regular...
That one is the coolest one, the little one with the book.
Listen, he's very cool, but I don't care enough about it. I already have a Mojo Jojo.
By looking at the box, though, I feel like that Funko Pop's going to be this big.
It might be.
For real.
I want to talk about all of the things that they could have done. They could have done not the Powerpuff Girls. Like you mentioned, those three, what are they, rowdy rough boys? That would have been pretty cool, but I like villains.
Okay.
And I feel like we've said this a million times, but NFT pops should be special and different. We've gotten the Powerpuff Girls a few times.
But they're plain intro. I mean...
No. I'm with you, and I think that they're great. If it were me,
you want to see something else.
If I were choosing them, I would choose villains.
Okay, what villains would you choose?
There's a lot, and not just villains. I would love to see Cerebellum, which is the girl. She's a redhead, and you only ever see like up to here on her. She has like this hourglass body, and I don't know the theory behind it. Like you only see her face. I want to say it was like once. Her hair is so big that most of her hair is like covering her face. They didn't even need to make her face. Like, they literally could have cut it off. So they could have done something funny, because in most episodes you literally see,
you just see her body
up to like her neck. Yeah. So they could have like cut it off, just straight up cut it off, so you didn't see her face. Like, that would have been hilarious. She's not a villain. So she's the head of Shush, which is like a whole research thing. You gotta watch the show.
You know so much about this show.
I know. I love this show.
Never talked about this.
I do really like the Powerpuff Girls.
Like, you wanted those like 3-pack of the Powerpuff Girls from like a con. Yeah. And I was like, that's interesting. I can't believe she wants them. And we never talked about it again. And now here you are reciting all these things about these characters.
I'm an encyclopedia of useless information. There's one villain called Abracadaver, and he would make an incredible pop.
Oh, Abracadabra. It looks like almost like Freddy Krueger a little bit or something.
Yeah, so he's like a zombie guy. Basically, he's from way back when. They show him in black and white when he was in like his alive days, and he ended up
his alive days.
Yeah, so they totally could have done that where he's like black and white and it's like him as a magician, or they could have done him as a zombie. Then you have Sedusa, who's like, she's like a Medusa character. She's like hot but evil, and she basically uses her powers to like seduce men and make them do the bidding for her. Oh, but one thing that I forgot to mention is Abracadaver is voiced by Frank Welker.
Ah, yeah. Frank Welker is the voice of Megatron and also the voice of Fred from Scooby-Doo.
Another one that I would love to see that I remember like very vividly is Mascara. She is a character who has this like crazy makeup. She's really cool looking, and she's voiced by Phyllis Diller. Yeah, she's a really cool looking character.
Oh, I can see the Phyllis Diller in her by looking at her.
Yeah, they modeled the character after her.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's a really, really cool character.
All the names are like play on sort of names.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, that's interesting.
They're a lot of fun. So
the show sounds awesome.
It is a really awesome show. Why have I never watched it?
Well, I forgot because I'm old.
We can still watch it. I think you would dig it. It is a really cool show.
Now that I've turned 40, Heather, I've gotten a little bit more mature. In fact, I don't even say mature anymore. I say mature.
But yeah, those would be my picks.
I think those are good picks. I think all the characters are cool looking. I dig all of this. I like the art style.
Did you see Sedusa?
I did. Sedusa's badass.
Yeah, she's really cool looking. She's creepy as shit.
Got cool hair. I said that. I like the Powerpuff Girls more than any of the other things.
Really?
Yeah, I like them as a band. I think it's fun. I think it's different. I think it's fun. I think it's interesting.
I think it is fun, and the fact that it happened on the show and that they're not just making shit up is really cool.
That's cool as shit.
We've gotten Powerpuff Girls before, and I mean,
but not being a band.
I know.
Like, you've seen them like flying around and doing cool things, but not being a band.
I'm not disappointed in this. I would have just chosen different things. If we got the band as commons before, I would love the ones in their flying poses as NFTs. I personally think those are cooler.
Why aren't you just wearing normal glasses? Why do you have to have the sun? I don't understand. Just put normal glasses on.
No, because my eye patch is bloody, Chris.
I feel like I'm sitting with Stevie Wonder.
You might be.
Remember when you confused? What was it that you confused with Stevie Wonder?
Was it a guy from The Matrix?
What did Heather confuse the Stevie Wonder with? It was something. I couldn't believe it. It was so stupid.
I'm just an idiot.
No, you're not an idiot. It's just that you're dumb. Well, personally, I think that these are really fun. I think that the band characters, from what I read from other people, that is from a very obscure scene at the end of one of the episodes. They're like,
was it just one? I feel like it was a couple.
According to some of the comments that I was reading,
they had a whole episode.
Could be, but there was one.
I mean, there
was like one scene.
I think they...
Apparently at the end of the episode, yeah. This person says, I think is a reference from that episode where a clown turned to a mime, then sucking the colors of everything and everyone. And another person responds, yes, it is. They come from the end when them playing music restores everything to normal. So it's from an obscure scene at the end of at the end of an episode, apparently. So that's cool. I mean, different and weird. I like that. I like obscure shit. I like when you release something that is like literally played once.
Yeah.
And there's somebody at Funko who just happens to be a fan. And they're like, I love this show. I would love these to be a Funko Pop. And it's like almost like they were up late at night one night watching Powerpuff Girls and a scene happens and they're like, that should be like made into a Funko Pop. And then they do it. That's so cool to me. It reminds me of the Freddy Krueger with the syringe fingers.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that's just like, we just have to do this because it's so weird. Are you going to buy packs? Is that what we're doing or no?
Yeah, I think we're going to buy
buying packs? Oh, I love when you buy packs. You know why I love buying packs?
Why?
Because I'm a disgusting, degenerate gambler. And I really like doing that. It's fun.
I know. And even if I weren't into this, you would be buying packs and you know nothing about Powerpuff Girls. Except all the knowledge I dropped on you today, which was quite a bit. I really want Abracadabra now.
Funko, it's time to get on it for Series 2. We need Abracadabra.
What was Abracadabra's name? Sedusa. Mm-hmm. Cerebellum.
Right.
Mascara.
We need to make all of them, Funko. Keep that in mind. These are all future ideas that would kill, especially with Heather. She'll buy them all.
Abracadabra's name when he was alive. He had a weird name too, I bet. I remember it being weird. Allusion.
See? They got us again.
Yep.
Those pesky Powerpuff Girl creators. They did such a good job with it.
Yeah.
Now I want to watch the show. I don't care if I'm 40. You know what they say? But 40 makes you want to watch cartoons.
Because you want to relive your youth since you know it's never coming back.
Let us see the gross. Old. Let us just see how gross it is under there.
It would be...
I bet it's very swampy and gross. Come on.
No.
Let's take a look.
No.
Let's see what's under there. Come on.
The video would get flagged.
Release the tape a little
bit.
Mm-mm. Just one edge.
No.
Is it gross under there, you think?
When I open my eye, which, by the way, it's really hard to keep one eye open and close the other one, but when I open it, I definitely see a lot of red.
Your eye,
really
is
gross.
It closed right now under there? Because it's pushed down?
It's not pushed down. I just choose to close it. It doesn't feel
You're doing this the whole time? Mm-hmm. You're going to strain yourself. Why would you do that?
It's better than keeping it open right now. Trust me.
You're doing this?
Yeah. No, it's relaxed. I have one. It's very relaxed. It's like this. Oh, wait. I had my eye open. Hold on. Look, it's like this. It's like...
Are you serious? What the f***? When you did, I was like, are you joking? It was like you're doing your best, like, Jason impression. Remember, he always had one eye closed and one eye open? It was, like, all weird. Your eye was very weird.
Hold on. Okay, no, it's like this.
Okay. All right, guys, what do you think about this Powerpuff Girl drop? Are you excited for it? Are you going to be buying it? Are you going to buy card packs? Are you wanting them all? Do you only want one?
Do you understand what I'm saying about the flying Powerpuffs versus the band?
Do you think the band sucks and you don't want to see the band?
Hold on, let me be clear. I don't think it sucks. I just have like 2 or 3 sets of Powerpuff Girls, and it would be nice to like not have had the Powerpuff Girls
And you're done.
and have all villains, because I love villains. I like the bad guys.
Fair enough.
I like bad boys. I
Don't
shouldn't
do
be
that.
doing that with the eye
You're really
patch.
creeping me out.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about all this and more in the comment section down below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Dean Blockley, Richard Perez, Calvin Lee, Derek, Tina Maldonado, Joshua G., Michael Petrino, Joseph Mayfield, Brian, and Tony Hagman. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. And remember, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, also hit that little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. We post content every single day, and we go live every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss out. We have a blast there. Come and hang with us every Sunday. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. If you want to support this channel a little bit more than hitting the subscribe button, the like button, and the little bell. We really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You're awesome.